When the shills defend the decline of the MCU, they often say inexperienced writers and directors are not to blame for the recent Marvel flops. You are. And the first examples they give are the Russo brothers, saying things like Anthony and Joe Russo had no experience before directing Infinity War and Endgame. Therefore, it must be something else, right?
Stop the Avid.
I was like, we were struck by
What did you
lightning,
just say?
The only problem with this is it's completely false. The Russos directed Captain America Winter Soldier and Captain America Civil War, and even directed an episode of Agent Carter well before Kevin Feige trusted them with the last two Avengers movies. Now the Russo brothers have chimed in with their thoughts on Marvel's recent failings at the box office. And if you think they place the blame on inexperienced writers and directors, or even the so-called superhero fatigue, well, you would be wrong. In a recent article in Variety, the director said that Marvel's current issue boils down to the changes in how people absorb media. It's a Hollywood-wide issue, not just a Marvel one, saying there's a big generational divide about how you consume media. There's a generation that's used to appointment viewing and going to a theater on a certain date to see something, but it's aging out. Meanwhile, the new generation are, I want it now, I want to process it now, then moving on to the next thing. Now, when they talk about this big generational divide, they're talking about Gen Z. We know this because that's the age range that's expected to buy the most movie tickets. I can appreciate the Russos aren't blaming the problem on superhero fatigue like everybody else in the media, because we still have series like Invincible and X-Men 97 that are absolutely killing it in the ratings, and Guardians of the Galaxy 3 did really well just last year at the box office. But they're essentially blaming Gen Z for having such low attention spans that they don't even have the patience to watch a full-length feature superhero movie anymore. That couldn't be more wrong. Deadpool and Wolverine is rumored to be over 2 hours long, and the hype for that movie is just insane right now. It is appointment viewing and requires audiences to go to the theater on a certain date. And I don't think even the Russo brothers would deny that Deadpool and Wolverine will probably do very well at the box office. And if it does perform well, it will be because it's a movie that fans actually want to see, and they trust that it's in good hands. With Night at the Museum and Free Guy director Sean Levy at the helm, and stars Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman reprising their roles. The mention that Gen Z consumes media differently, and that's why Marvel films and movies in general are underperforming at the box office, is like saying planes fly a lot faster today, and that's why people are so grumpy at the airport. Correlation does not imply causation. Just because two things have something in common, it doesn't necessarily mean one causes the other to occur. Every generation consumes media differently. That's why we have streaming services today, instead of leaving our homes and renting movies at a video store. But Disney Plus is failing there as well, with streaming losses reported in the billions. The reason people aren't rushing out to see their movies or stream their series is very simple. They don't trust them. They no longer trust Kevin Feige, they no longer trust Marvel, and they sure don't trust Disney. And why? Marvel no longer respects their characters, and a lot of what they release these days is just trash. And once you lose your audience's trust, it takes a lot to get it back. Blaming the audience that's still keeping Marvel afloat by saying they have short attention spans is not a good move, and it's not going to help them regain the trust they need to get back on top, or help them win any new fans. So tell me, what do you think about this article? Do you think these guys are out of touch with Marvel, or do you agree with what they had to say about younger audiences? Tell me what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the Cinema Maverick channel for more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.